Hello, leaders. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get a good place for my phone. I think that's it. I needed it to charge because it is about to die. So I'm on a little bit early. I'm going to wait to see who is able to hop on. And that is that. So once you guys hop on, say hey to me so I know who is watching. And then I'll get started very shortly. Hey, Paige. How you doing, girl? Hi, Desi. I'm literally looking at sports bras right now. I decided that I need some new ones because this one that I'm wearing, I think I've had for like 4 years. That's a little embarrassing, but it's okay. 'Tis okay. All right. Hey, Haley. Oh. So, I hope everybody's doing fantastic and having a great Monday. I have been all over the place. All over the place. Ooh, thank you, Desi. But I was thinking today, and it has been a while since I have come on here and kind of done like a leadership 101. And I wanted to go ahead and do that because we do have a ton of new leaders on here. And I always want to come on here and, be very transparent with you guys. Hey, Cassidy. And, speak from the heart and tell you, tips and tricks and all of that because I've been there and I still continue to do it every single day. So it is 4:31. I'm going to give it another minute and then I'm going to get started because as soon as Anthony gets home, we're going on a walk run. We decided that it's time. It's time to start being healthy again. So, like I said, I'm going to wait another minute and then I am going to get started. So, like I said before, I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. Oh, Lord. I feel like I can't breathe sometimes. Okay. All right. Couple more seconds and then I'll get started. And looking at a size chart and this does not make any sense to me. So there's that. That's how my life always goes. All right. So, hey, to those of you who are on, if you're not hopping on live, then you are catching up. Sorry. Can you guys hear me? It just said that I went like weird. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. So yes. If you're watching this right now, you are on Leaders in Feet of Faith, meaning that I am your superstar director and you are underneath the entire group of Feet to Faith. So my name is Amber Ryan. Is it going in and out still? I don't know why it's not. I'm right by my Wi-Fi. I'm gonna wait for somebody to respond to me before I keep talking because I don't want it to go in and out while I'm talking. No, it's not going in and out. Okay, thank you, Jim. All right, so for those of you who do not know me, my name is Amber Ryan. I am your superstar director of Feet to Faith. So if you see my name on your workstation, that is me. For those of you who are new leaders, I'm so excited for you guys. So I wanted to start this a little bit about my story and my journey with Scentsy before I kind of get into things. For those of you who are new leaders, so I started Scentsy back in April 2016. It has literally almost been exactly 5 years since I pressed join. I joined for the sole purpose to pay my bills for that summer. I was moving from county to county with teacher, and my teacher pay was not going to be 12-month anymore. It was going to be cut off because I was moving counties. So I needed summer pay to cover my bills. And that's initially why I joined. Fast forward literally almost 5 years later, and Scentsy has become so much more for me. Yes, I am a superstar director now, but that does not mean that I still don't work. I work full time as a teacher. I am a special education teacher. I'm actually the chair of our school. here in Wilmington, North Carolina. I work very hard. I have a husband, I have a pup, and we're going to be trying to get pregnant in the next few months. So there's that information for you guys. So when I joined April 2016, I did not know what Scentsy was going to be for me. All I knew is that I needed to listen to what my sponsor said. My sponsor is Chloe Cox, who is y'all's upline superstar director. And she is one of my best friends. She's actually the one that introduced, her and her husband are the ones that introduced me and my husband. So many of you might not know that information. I knew Chloe from college. I had been buying Scentsy from her for years, and I finally decided to take the jump. My very first paycheck with Scentsy, I looked back, was $327.93. That was a lot for me. That covered my car payment. So know that any amount of money that you make with Scentsy is a big deal. Okay. I know that you might be like, oh, but this is only $50, or this is only $100. This is only $200. It's a big deal because we all started as essential consultants, and we all started at the same exact place. We all bought our own kit. Okay. Or you did earn a kit, or you did a join special. And I spent that $99 on my own, went through a very bad breakup at the very beginning of my Scentsy career. And here I am 5 years later, okay? I'm at the top of the company. I'm not saying that to brag. I'm just saying that it can be done. I am nobody special. I am from Wilmington, North Carolina. Nobody really knew what Scentsy was whenever I started, and then here we are now. There's still so many people who have no idea what Scentsy is, and that's just where we are, okay? So it can be done, and what I want for you guys to know right now is that it does not matter if you have failed. It doesn't matter if you continue to fail. It does not matter anything like that. It matters that you keep putting your head down and working even when it's hard, okay? Because nothing is going to come out of this business for you if you're just looking at others and saying, I wish I could be them. The grass is not greener on the other side, okay? It's green where you water it. Take care of your own business. Keep your blinders on. Stay in your lane. It's nobody's journey but yours, okay? I know superstar directors who have hit superstar director in 2 years, okay? Ray and Katie Lassiter, okay? That wasn't my journey. It took me quite some time. It took me 4 years, okay? 4.5 years. So, reminder that everyone's journey is their own journey. As a leader, you have at least sponsored one person or more, okay? In order to hit lead consultant, you have sponsored at least one person, and you guys together have, I think it's 1,000 TWV, which is team wholesale volume. Let me look it up, get the compensation plan right in front of my face so I know what I'm talking about. I don't have it completely memorized, but I do know it for the most part. So when you hit lead consultant, yes, 1,000 GWV, okay? Group wholesale volume, TWV, team wholesale volume are going to be the exact same until you hit director and you have a director underneath you. And you have at least 500 PRV in each month, and you're paid at title, okay? Lead, doing that, star, superstar consultant, director, star director, superstar director, okay? My first tip, if you don't know what the compensation plans and you don't know how to hit to the next level, then you need to go ahead and either open up a Scentsy catalog, is in the very back of it, or go ahead and go on your workstation and look it up, okay? You need to know for you how to get to the next level. You need to be your own business person. Learn that, do that, and you also need to know how to help your teamies also, okay? Being a leader, you are showing them the way, okay? I'm going to get more into that. So I have a couple of ground rules that I wrote up that I feel like are very important for leaders and leadership, okay? So the biggest part that I'm going to say first is a big reflection piece. If you guys have a piece of paper in front of you, I want you guys know that I take notes all the time. Otherwise I squirrel, but I want you guys to take a look at yourself. I want you guys to take a look in the mirror, hypothetically speaking, or if you have a mirror right beside you. And I want you guys to think about yourself as a Scentsy consultant, okay? I want you guys to think, are you treating your business like a business, or are you treating your business, your Scentsy business, like a hobby? Okay? That's number one. Are you treating it like a business or are you treating it like a hobby? I want you guys to jot that down, or if you want to be brave and do it scared, go ahead and say it in the comments. I'm not judging anybody. We have to have some type of accountability, okay? So looking at yourself, are you treating your business truly like a business? Are you working your business every single day? Are you working your business a little bit every single day? Are you working your business week in, week out? Are you working your business month in and month out? Are you working your business when you feel like it? Okay? When you feel like it, or just for some extra cash, would be a hobby. Okay? And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay? But what I want you guys to know is that this training that I'm doing right now is for those who are treating or wanting to treat their business like a business. We all bought or earned a kit, right? Okay. So there was a $99 kit, which is the one that I bought. There was a $59 host kit that some of you might have gotten. You might have done the flip earn a kit. We have a lot of options now. You might have joined it on a join special. Okay. So, oh no, am I frozen again? I hope I am not frozen. This internet, I don't know what's going on. I'm right beside my Wi-Fi. Am I still frozen, y'all? I'm going to keep talking. Okay, so think about that. That's the number one thing. You're looking yourself in the mirror and you are saying, am I working this business like a business, or am I working my business like a hobby? If you're working it like a hobby and you want to change it into a business, then I highly recommend you start taking notes when I start speaking on this, okay? So, no matter how much time you have, we all have the same 24 hours in the day. I want you guys to know this. I have, in the past 5 years, worked fully as a full-time teacher. Okay, this is year 8 of me teaching. So 5 years of my teaching has been also working a Scentsy business on the side. Okay, so I don't want to hear that you're too busy. If you're wanting to take this business as a business, okay, if you're wanting to be it as a hobby, that's fine. Do it on your own terms. But these are for the people who are wanting to treat their business, their Scentsy business, like a true business. Okay, we all have the same 24/7. We all have the same 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, right? You need to be treating this like a business. If you're taking it seriously, then you need to do this, okay? Blinders on and get ready. Take some notes, okay? Another self-reflecting question. Are you showing the way? Are you showing the way for your team? Like I said, as soon as you have one person underneath you, you're a leader, okay? Don't take that lightly, because that one person decided to join you. They decided to join you because they trust you, and they trust you in showing them the way, okay? Everybody starts off as a brand new baby essential consultant, and that's the beauty of it. And at the beginning of the month, we actually all start off as a certified consultant again, okay? Everyone goes back to 0. But you need to be treating those consultants that are in their first 70 days, that sensational start period, the level 1, 2, 3, that they have the chance to earn that. You need to be treating them as baby consultants. They are not expected to know everything, okay? I don't know why my phone keeps freezing. Some people are saying that it's fine. Some people are saying it's not. I'm very sorry. Okay, so are you showing the way? You have to be training them. You have to be teaching people. You have to be doing the things yourself. You cannot expect your team to work if you're not working. Okay? You cannot expect it. Okay? So you're showing the way. Okay, so I've already asked you guys. So another big thing that I do on reflecting on myself, that I have been doing for the past 5 years, I like to look back and see where I was, this time last year. So I like to look at March 2021. Where was I in March 2020? What was my PRV? What was my recruiting looking like? What was my active frontline looking like? What was my TWV? What was my GWV? Did I have any directors underneath me? What was my title? What was my paycheck? I love looking at that, because you can't argue with numbers. You cannot argue with that foolproof data, okay? That is data, and I'm a very big numbers person because I do a lot of behavior data at work. If you're looking back at that and you're seeing growth, that's fantastic. You're not competing with anybody else. And if you think for a second that you are to compare yourself to others, get it out of your head right now, because you're going to ruin this beautiful journey for yourself if you are just comparing yourself to other people. This is your journey and your journey alone. As long as you're being better than the one that you were a month ago, the person that you were 3 months ago, a year ago, it doesn't matter. Okay? So, something I like to do too. What did I do different in those months? So, last month was the best month. If you guys hadn't seen me do the post, last month was the best month Feet to Faith has ever had in Cincy history. And that is since I joined in April 2016, in a March. March, that's unheard of. March is usually a slower month for us. But you guys are doing amazing things. We are working hard. We are working hard towards our goals. And you guys are kicking ass, for lack of better terms. So what did I do differently what did I do differently in March 2020 than I did March 2021? Well, I actually really hard put my head down and worked really hard with some leaders. I worked really hard on leadership content. I worked really hard on making sure that I was putting in at least 2,000 PRV every single month to get that extra 5% pay increase, because I knew $600 at least minimum with my PRV was a huge difference, rather than kind of going like this teeter-tottering on it. Okay? My pay increase, and I want you guys to listen very closely. I was a star director March 2020. Okay? I am a superstar consultant. I am a superstar director now. I want you guys to know that my paycheck increased 6 times. 6 times since last March. In 12-month time, my paycheck increased by 6 times. Can I get a hallelujah? First of all, when I opened that up, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is real. Second off, I want you guys to know that when you work and you're willing to work and you're willing to do the things that I coach you guys and I train you guys to do, that you will see the beauty behind what I'm telling you guys that Cincy can be for your lives. Okay? So listen closely. Number 1, are you being an authentic leader? Are you being authentic? I don't want you to be a carbon copy of me. I don't want you to be a carbon copy of anybody. I don't want you to be a carbon copy of your sponsor. I want you to be authentic. I want you to figure out what works for you and what works for you only. Okay? For example, I cannot do, for the life of me, and some of my best friends can tell you this, I can't do digital stuff. Can't do it. I've tried. I have tried all of the systems out there, to be completely honest with you. Every time there's a new system, I have tried it. Okay? Digital stuff and online stuff doesn't work for me. I am straight up paper, pencil, paper, pen. I don't know what you need. I am a planner. I'm just a paper, pencil person. Here we go. Okay? This is just who I am. Now, I do things to help me, like type stuff up and print them off, but digital stuff works for plenty of people. Okay? Plenty of people. But it doesn't work for me. So find what works for you. Just because it works for somebody else doesn't mean it's going to work for you. And that's the beauty and behind being authentic. Okay? Being authentic as well. Can your team connect with you? Are you approachable? Are you somebody that is a people person? When you become a leader, you are being looked up to. Whether you think so or not, you have people looking up to you. Are you showing the way? Are you being somebody who is real and honest? Or are you somebody who's only showing up whenever you want to, whenever you're looking all pretty in the face and your hair is, not looking like mine right now or my face right now? Are you only showing up when you feel like it? You need to be real and raw and authentic and teach your team what it takes to be successful. Because whether you believe it or not, you hit that promotion. You are a leader. You know what you're talking about. Embrace that. Be confident in that and be authentic with it, okay? Do you share what works with you and how you're working with your team? It's very important to show what works. Show how you're sharing Scentsy in your story. Show how you're going live. Your team is watching you. Your team is watching you, I say this all the time, whether you think your team is watching you or not, they are. And other people are watching you too. Are you sharing how you're using Scentsy in your home? Are you sharing your life? Are you sharing different things? Are you sharing just the highlight reels? Or are you showing different things that happen in your life daily? Okay? Be authentic. Make sure that your team can connect with you. You're not just a robot. You're not just a name on Workstation. Okay? Second, positivity. This is one of the biggest things, and I had a really big problem with this about a couple of hours ago. Not with you guys, with another situation. Are you being positive on all platforms of social media? Are you being positive? Because I'm going to tell you what right now. When I get on social media and I see anybody who is being negative or is talking about drama or they're talking about this and that and the other and somebody else or politics or whatever it might be, I scroll right past it. Okay? I don't like negativity. My life already has a lot of chaos as it is. I don't allow that in my life. I choose to protect my peace, and you guys need to do the same thing. But if you are complaining on social media, and by that I mean you're going onto your story, you're complaining about things, you're going onto your Facebook status, you're complaining about things, whatever it might be, or you're ranting on Facebook, whatever it needs to be, you need to stop. Number one, you don't want to create that culture in your team or your group. Okay? Number two, you don't want people to think of you as just being a negative Nancy. Nobody likes a negative Nancy. Okay? So we need to work on being positive. We are leaders. Okay? You are a leader. You are on this leadership page. If you're not on Anchored in Leaders, you need to be on that page as well. When you hit direct, welcome to my life. I think my husband's home. When you hit director and star director, there are other pages that you're going to go on, okay? I want you guys to know that those pages are very negative. I hate being on those pages, and it makes me so sad. But the culture that I want with you guys and that... Bailey! Welcome to my life. And that I hope you guys continue to instill in your team is positivity. Be the light in the darkness. There's so much darkness and so much evil out there that you guys need to be shining a light. Okay? You know, life is not rainbows and butterflies, and I am not ever going to say that it is. But don't complain on social media. The end. Don't complain in your team page. Don't complain in your group page. Do exactly what I have done. And that's why I don't allow negativity. And if I see complaining or I see negativity, I deleted it. I delete it. My brain's moving too fast for my mouth. Okay? So, if you're being negative, stop. Number 3, team focused. You need to be team focused. This is not about you. And it's very hard for some people to realize that it is not about them. Okay? This is about you helping and being the pathway to help change people's lives. You are not the ruler of them. You are not the boss of them. You are there to be their leader. People have different leadership styles. People have different ways of learning. And that's what's beautiful about it. And that's why we have this culture that Chloe created in Anchored Sense, and I've created and kept it kind of going down in Feet to Faith, and the different directors that we have now, I pray are keeping it the same way. But we need to keep this team-focused mindset that somebody might not learn or connect best with you, but they can learn and, connect with somebody else. So we need to be team-focused. Remembering that it's not about you, and it's not about you hitting your goals, and it's not about you hitting a title. Okay? The biggest difference between March 2020 and this year is that I stopped worrying about myself. I stopped. I sat down. I've done the hard work. I continue to do the hard work where I identified leaders. I chose who I needed to work with. I saw the numbers. Numbers don't lie. Remember that. I went into my workstation, my reporting tab, and I double clicked on PRV and I double clicked on recruits. I worked with the people who had high PRV consistently, and I worked with the people who were recruiting, because those are the people who are taking their business seriously. They're having consistent high sales and they're building their team. Okay? I challenge you to do the same thing. But it's not about you. It's about you helping other people. Okay? Yes, it's fantastic to make promotions, and yes, it's fantastic to have incredible paychecks, but it's not about you. So the sooner you realize that, and the sooner you realize that it's like a light goes off, and then that's when things start happening, because you took your eyes off of your vision and you started helping others and bringing each other up. I always say I will forever and always throw the ladder down and throw down my hair and throw down my feet and my arms and everything that I can to help bring you guys up with me. It's not about me. Okay? I know how hard it is. I know the struggles. I know firsthand all of that, but I do know how worth it is. And if this only affects one person, then that's one life that I have helped change. Okay? So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Consistency. If you are not being consistent and you're not treating this like a business, your team is going to see right through that. Period. The end. If you're not doing the hard things, you're not consistently doing the 3 legs of success that you guys hear me say about all the time. If you're not consistently having at least 2,000 PRV, that should be everybody's goal by now, being a leader. If you are not consistently partying, if you are not consistently recruiting, if you are not consistently coaching, and repeat, PRV, party, sponsor, coach. I think that's what I said, whatever. Repeat, you need to be doing that always. Are you showing up on social media all the time? I don't care if you're posting about your dog or you're posting about, I don't know, I was mad my neighbors got free gutters and we had to pay for ours. I don't care what you're posting about. That would be very negative though. I wouldn't post that. Are you sharing how you're spraying Scentsy Fresh? Are you sharing Counter Clean? Are you sharing how you're putting a new scent circle in your car? Are you sharing pods or whatever you're sharing? Are you being consistent with it? One thing that I challenge myself every single day is I have to show up at least one time in my story about Scentsy. That's what I changed. I changed to where I have to do at least one time. I have to show up each day about Scentsy. People are watching you. Not just your team, but people in general are watching you. Okay? So if you're not being consistent as a leader and you're not doing the things you're wanting your team to do, I challenge you to change that. I challenge you really hard. If you're not posting in your team page all of the time, like even when nobody's responding, I started my team page with one person. I had my first team meeting with one person. I think my second one was with 2 people, but I still had them in person. Keep doing it. It doesn't come easy at first, but the more that you practice it, the more consistent you are, the easier it becomes, the more people are going to take you seriously, and then it just all kind of goes together, okay? Number 5, you need to have your eyes up and your head down. We are not worried, as leaders, we're not worried about anybody else. We are not wondering why in the world does Susie have 5,000 PRV every single month and I can't even get an order? Or why does she have annual sales and I don't even know what that means? Guys, this is the first year I've ever earned annual sales in my 5 years. Okay? Don't know what that is, go on Workstation. The new period will start on May 1st. But you need to have your eyes in your own lane and you need to have your head down and work. Because this is not easy. If you're still watching me and you have decided that you're going to treat this like a business, you need to treat it like a business. If you're just going to work this when you want to work it and when you feel like it, it's going to produce outcomes like that because you only worked your business when you felt like it. Or if you want to take this very seriously and you want to put your head down and do the work, it's going to be hard. There's going to be a lot of conversation that you're going to have. There's going to be a lot of trainings that you have. There's going to be a lot of no's. There's going to be a lot of people not listening to you. There's going to be a lot of people not taking you seriously. But guess what? You still showed up. And that's the best thing that could ever happen as a leader. You, at the end of the day, know that you still showed up. You still did what you needed to do. And then everything that will be produced from that will show up in due time. Something that Chloe always told me, 6 months of consistent hard work will change your future with Scentsy. She told me that in March of last year. The outcome doesn't show right at the beginning. It does not show, oh, I've been doing it for 2 days. Oh, I've been doing it for a month. Oh, I've been doing it for 3 weeks. It doesn't work that way. You have to be consistent with the work that you're putting in, okay? Blinders on. Do what you need to do. Full-time job, what kind of hours do you personally work for your Scentsy business? Okay, so yes, I work a full-time job. I am a full-time special education teacher, so I work from... what do I work? Okay, so I get up in the morning. It takes me forever to get out of bed because I'm human. I have to be at work. So my work hours are 7 to 3 every single day. Okay. So I will work my business anywhere from 30, 45 an hour every day. Okay. Weekends are a lot of the time when I get stuff done. And that's what I've done for the past few years. You have to find the balance that works for you. All right. Next one. You are always learning as a leader. Always learning. Okay. There is not a day and time that I do not learn something new with Scentsy. There's never a day. Okay. So if you, for example, if you're not learning and you're not trying new things and you're not doing this and that, then you're going to stay stagnant. You're going to stay flatlined. There's not going to be any growth because you're not implementing anything new. You're not putting in the work. You're not doing what you need to do. Okay. But when you start learning and you're watching YouTube videos and you're watching these trainings and you're showing up for events and you're doing all these things, you're networking, that flat line is going to start to grow. I told you guys I'm a very data person. Okay. Always learning. Leaders are always learning. The successful people are always learning. I don't know everything. But I'm going to tell you what right now, if I don't know something, I'm going to watch a YouTube video or I'm going to Google it and I'm going to figure out how to do it. I'm not going to ask anybody unless I really can't figure it out. But I'm going to teach myself how to do it. That's where the successful leadership comes from. Because if I don't know how to do something, somebody out there does. And I'm going to look it up. Okay? There's plenty of resources in Leaders in Feet to Faith. If you are in just Feet to Faith group, that is my team page. There's plenty of resources in there. Your director's team pages have a ton of stuff. Anchored in Leaders has a ton of stuff. Do your research. Okay? There's a ton of stuff out there. All right. Last but not least, do you know the compensation plan? I kind of talked about this at the beginning. If you don't know the compensation plan and you don't know what you have to do to get paid at title, meaning you have to have those numbers in to get paid at that title. Okay? For example, you guys are all lead and above. If you're a lead consultant, lead consultant actually and above, you have to have at least 500 PRV. Okay? 500 PRV, and then lead, you have to have that 1,000 GWV like I talked about at the beginning, and you have to have at least one active frontline. If you don't have those active frontline, then you're not going to get paid at title, okay? And the more people that you recruit, the more people that become on your team because you're coaching them to success, the easier it is to get paid at title. That's the key to that, okay? But you have to know the compensation plan. You have to know how to get from lead to star consultant. You have to know how to get from star to superstar consultant. There's a big jump between superstar consultant to director. You have to know those numbers right there, okay? Compensation plan is there for you to have a reference of what you need to do in order to get paid at title. Okay, you must have those numbers. It's very important to be paid at title because if you can hit those numbers consistently, then you can help yourself get to the next level. That's why we have this leadership page. That's why we have Anchored in Leaders. That's why I have a ton of videos on my YouTube channel. Chloe has a ton on hers. There's a ton of people that have a lot of good information out there. Okay. But in order to be a leader, it's not hard. It's a learning curve. Okay. I'm not going to say that this was ever easy for me. Still, some days it's very hard for me. I have bad days just like you guys do. I have anxiety like a lot of you guys do. There's a lot of things. I'm human just like you guys are. But when you show up and you show up consistently and you do the hard things, you are going to reap what you sow. Okay? I love you guys very much. And the only reason that I'm showing you guys this and repeating this information is because I know it can be done, because I've done it myself. And I continue to shock myself every single day. But if you're going to think that this is easy and you're going to think that it's just something that I woke up one day and I became a master of all these things, that is not the case. Thank you, Jessica. That is very sweet of you. I look like a crazy person right now. But I want you guys to know that you have to work hard. You have to be consistent. You have to be authentic. You have to be positive. If you want things in life that are not easy, because if it was easy, everybody would be at the top. If you want those things, you need to do what the successful people are doing. You need to stop worrying about a title. You need to put your head down. You need to put your blinders on, and you need to work. You need to keep your eyes in your own lane and in your own grass and worry about yourself. Write your goals out in front of yourself. That's another thing that I'm very big on. I have my goals literally taped on my wall right above my computer. They're there for me to look at all of the time. Okay? Focus on yourself. Focus on your journey. It is going to be a beautiful journey. But don't kill yourself by worrying about somebody else. I've done that plenty of times and it does nothing but it drains my energy because I'm so worried about them when I could be working on myself and working on my Scentsy business and working on my customers and working on my team and working on y'all. Okay? It's 5:07. I don't have to come live. I'm going to let you guys know this. I don't have to. This is a prime example of leadership. I don't have to come live and train you guys, but I do it because I love you guys and I know exactly what it feels like to be in your position. When you don't know, when you're like, oh my gosh, what do I have to do? And this and that, and there's so many things to do. Just worry about the basics. Be consistent. Be authentic. Be consistent in your team page. Have team meetings. Show up in your stories. Do it scared. Y'all hear me say that all the time. That is my biggest thing in the world. That quote. We all know. Don't let your dreams be dreams and do it scared. Some of my dreams have come true and I never thought it was going to be possible, but Scentsy paved the way. Okay? I am going to post this, I think, on YouTube, so I am going to have the income disclosure statement on there. Remember, anytime that you guys are posting about income or travel, that you are posting that income disclosure and that you're teaching your teams to do the same. But I hope this helped you guys. I love you guys dearly, and I will talk to you later. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. Bye.